It's on to the second of our finals for the Mesadap Instant Noodles 2012 CIK Trophy. KF3 were on board with Brock Plum off the outside of the front row. Has he got anything for Josh Drysdale, who has just been the form driver right throughout the weekend in this KF3 junior class?
Yeah, great images here on board Brock Plum's cart. He's got his little GoPro mounted up on top of his radio, just on the left-hand side of the cart. Plenty of wheel work there as the tyres are coming up to temperature, but Josh still got a good cart balance. He's out the gate pretty quick.
So we've got an Intrepid chassis leading from the Esprit chassis in second. Time to talk a little bit about the class. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen KF2, KZ2, and of course cadets earlier on. Just explain the engines and the chassis with the KF3 class, Tony.
Yeah, so what you've got here, Jamie, obviously you've got an abundance of carts from Europe, Australasia, so there's plenty of brands here. Each manufacturer fabricates the carts in their own way and their own specific needs. You've got a 125 electric start engine, water-cooled, dry clutch. Obviously the same as its senior counterpart with a few small changes to detune the engine. And it's providing some really good racing here, Jamie.
And because they're a little bit lighter than the senior KF2 class, they're probably just about as quick, if not quicker.
Well, what you'll find, Jamie, is we're actually running on a harder tyre here. KF3 runs the standard MG red tyre, which we use in all of our other spec classes. With the KF2 class, they've been using the MG yellow tyre. So slightly softer tyre, but in saying that, the KF3 is a little bit lighter, so lap time is reasonably similar in places.
So Josh Drysdale with the lead, but Brock Plum is staying with him. Battle for third. Jonathan Buxeter in the 14. Go back to the 99 of Mitchell Turner. Buxeter in the Arrow chassis.
Yeah, good to see Jonathan doing plenty of travelling, these boys. Another Auckland-based driver. His father, Nick Buxeter, coming out of Formula Ford, so a long motor racing history here in this family.
Another Esprit chassis back there in the fourth spot with Mitchell Turner. Go back to the 11 of Mitchell Sanders in the fifth position. Luke Dobbs, Logan Brown won't be too far behind them. And again, we talk about the families. We've seen Steve Brown in KZ2 Masters, his young fella Logan Brown out there in this one. And, older brother Mitchell's been running in the KF2 class. So it's all about families in kart sport.
In kart sport New Zealand, it's probably one of the best family sports you can get involved in, Jamie.
Welcome back to the CRC Raceway in Wellington for the 2012 Mesadap Instant Noodles CIK Trophy of New Zealand. So there's 99 Mitchell Turner trying to apply the pressure for Jonathan Buxeter for that third position. Longest race of the weekend, the finale for the KF3 class here at the Mesadap Instant Noodles CIK Trophy of New Zealand. So Drysdale now's just established a little bit of a break on Brock Plum, just a little bit better setup. And again, about tyre management over the race weekend as well. You don't want to overuse your tyres too early in the weekend.
Yeah, it's not so bad in the KF3 class because, the MG Red is a very durable tyre and we do get a good lifespan out of it. So we go back on board here with Brock Plum into one of the fastest sections here at Kartsport Wellington, up into turn 3. He's going to make his way across the top of the back straight, still trying to chase down Josh Drysdale, but that gap seems to be opening, Jamie.
Yeah, Josh has got a couple of tenths on him, an outright lap pace at the moment. And interestingly, Josh Drysdale setting the fastest lap of the race for him on lap 10, Brock Plum on lap 3, so Brock just might have been a little bit too good too early, because you really want those fastest times in your setup to be coming on probably from about half race distance.
Yeah, very much so. As we see Josh, he's just taken the last lap board, but Brock done his fastest lap on lap 3. You can't make a kart last, over sort of a much longer distance. So it's certainly a lot in kart set up there, Jamie.
Well, it's been the perfect weekend for Josh Drysdale. We saw it with Ryan Grant and KZ2. Other than being out-qualified by Daniel Bray, Grant had the perfect weekend, but Josh Drysdale's going to do the clean sweep. Number 1 in qualifying, winner of each of the 3 heats and the pre-final to put him off the pole for this final. And it will be Manawatu's Josh Drysdale taking out the 2012 CIK Trophy of New Zealand in the KF3 class. Drysdale dominant with the victory, eventually finishing 4.8 seconds ahead of Australian Brock Plum, followed by Jonathan Buxeter, Mitchell Turner, Mitchell Sanders and Luke Dobbs.
The new tyres took a while to come right. The tyre pressures were a bit low, so Brock was pressuring me and I just had to keep pushing, and finally it paid off.
You pushed him in the early laps, but in the end he just had too much?
Yeah, in the end he just had so much more speed from about 8 laps in and just took off.
So it's congratulations to Josh Drysdale, Brock Plum and Jonathan Buxeter spraying the grape juice in celebration for KF3.